So the history of Russian vodka began in 14th century. One day, Italian guest brought to Russia a drink which was called the wine spirit. It was a very strong drink, and Russian people liked it because at that time they had nothing stronger than beer or honey beer. That's why they decided to make drink as strong as the wine spirit. But there were no grapes in Russia, and that's why they used grains. So the main ingredient was rye.
Was what?
Rye. Millet, oat, buckwheat, and hop were used for a different flavor. So all these ingredients with some products of fermentation and water were put into this clay pot named korchaga. It was covered by another korchaga, but different shape, put into the basin. And all this construction were put into a fireplace. And there, this mixture started to boil. Steams were getting up, turned into drops on cover, and these drops were floating down straightly into the basin. And this liquid, which was in this basin, people started to drink. Color, taste were a little strange, but there were no any other distillation process. That's why they used this korchaga process. But in the 15th century, this situation changed. So let's go to that young man. In Europe, the Second Universal Florentine Conference took place, and a big delegation from Russia went there to know European culture. Among them was monk Isidore. He was oppressed by Europe, especially by its religion, Catholicism. When he came back, he told to the Tsar Basil about his impressions about the religion, but Tsar didn't like it, because he understood that Isidore tried to persuade him to change religion from Orthodox to Catholicism.
What year was this?
It was 15th century. So in his time, a lot of different, special drinking establishments were opened. They named cabins. It's like a small bar, but there were no food, no snacks, and no other drinks except bread and wine. And soon Tsar understood that it's a very profitable business, because people left in this cabins all their money, sometimes even clothes. And that's why later they were opened all over the country. And also Tsar introduced state monopoly for vodka. So the keepers of these cabins, they had to swear not to cheat, to be honest, to pay to the treasury, and they had to kiss the Holy Bible and the Holy Cross. In the time of Peter the Great, a lot of different traditions appeared that we use now. For example, now we have very popular Russian tradition. It's some kind of punishment. We call it штрафная, penalty. For example, if I came late to some event, I should drink a penalty shot of vodka. And this is Peter's penalty shot. It's called the Cup of Grand Eagle. So those who came late to Peter's event, and it didn't matter if it man or woman, they had to drink from this cup filled with 1 liter of vodka. But that time vodka wasn't so strong. Like now it was about 18%, a little stronger than wine, and another taste, that's why it was a little easier. And this is Catherine II, Catherine the Great. She was a very smart person. So she understood that people would produce vodka at home in spite of state monopoly. That's why she introduced license. So those who want to produce vodka at home, they had paid to the treasury. And that's why people tried to make their own vodka with special taste from different berries and fruits, and it was very popular among nobles to collect all kinds of flavored vodka from different berries and fruits. And they had like alphabet collection. They had different flavored vodka, different sorts of flavored vodka on every letter of Russian alphabet. For example, apple vodka, birch vodka, C, D. And near also collection of different bottles, special vodka glasses. Inside of that bottles, different figures like flowers, animals, birds. Also, in the beginning of 20th century, vodka production became very popular, as we can see on this map. Here, blue color are private factories, and red color are state factories. So it's 40 factories just in St. Petersburg. And now in our city, just 3 vodka factories.
Really?
Yes, at that time it was 40.
Wow.
Also, it's time of so-called vodka kings. Among them, this is very famous Russian chemist Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev. He created periodic chemistry table of chemistry elements. And also he discovered that 38.5% of spirit in water is the ideal form of a vodka. It's better to keep, it's not bad for health. That's why later it was rounded to 40. And then it became standard of Russian vodka. Nicholas II, the last Tsar of Russia, in his time a lot of restaurants were opened, and people tried to develop some kind of drinking culture. They tried to drink in beautiful restaurants, in beautiful glasses, maybe eat some exotic snacks, but at the same time, simple people who had no money to drink in these restaurants, and vodka was a very popular product, as we saw, and cheap. That's why, time by time, they became alcoholics. In 1914, when the First World War started, the government introduced this dry law. So, dry law is prohibition of all alcoholic production. Yeah. So, not just vodka, also beer, wine, and other drinks, they're all forbidden. So it was total prohibition. And those who drank vodka, or produced vodka, they could get in prison for 10 years. All factories were closed. That's why Smirnov later he went to America, and then vodka Smirnov became American brand. In 1925, dry law prohibition, alcoholic prohibition was cancelled, and here happy faces of people celebrating the end of dry law with 2 bottles in both hands. It was time of Joseph Stalin, and Joseph Stalin, he liked to drink, but he preferred wine. And during the time of Second World War, he introduced 100 grams of national count. It's 100 grams of vodka. It was given to soldiers every day during the whole Second World War, and it made some kind of exchange. We gave vodka factory to America. First exported vodka is vodka Stolichная, and we first time tasted Pepsi. And here we can see Khrushchev, Nixon, and bottle of Pepsi. And in Soviet times, in 1985, was another dry law. It was introduced by Gorbachev. Here, one of the most popular posters that says, no to drink. Now we have just jokes like, no to small glass, just to bigger one. Something else. Well,
so how long was the dry law in effect?
The last dry law was about 5 years.
So you couldn't buy vodka when Gorbachev was...
but no, it wasn't so strong, like so hard like the last one, because it was just limited time when you can buy vodka in shop, and it was very difficult to get it. It's the best vodka brands. It's Russian Standard, it's Beluga, Mama, this fancy bottle. Also, this for bottles, Beluga.
Where's the Beluga? Oh, there it is. I see it.
Beluga and Beluga Gold. Pickle, sport fat, frozen pork fat, and spread. Fish.
Okay, thanks.
It's traditional Russian snacks for vodka.